Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy AI Betting Blueprint, aka Mr. Totals, back with the best 4 MLB plays for Thursday, April 15th. The books aren't ready for Thursday's 4 picks lock. Season high confidence. Let's ride. Now we went 3-2 yesterday. Ohtani went over 6.5 Ks, and Wells laid down a bunt single, which cost us. But really, it was Chisholm's infield pop-up, and the shortstop dropped the ball, and then Wells got on base, and then whatever happened, they hit a 2-run double and scored. We chalk it up to the price of do business, terrible variance, and if you can always remember, bet each game straight and for the same amount so you manage your bankroll effectively. And what I'm simply saying is on these cards that you're taking on chalkboard, underdog, better, sleeper, I always advise you to make those plays straight. So this way, if the card loses, you've won on some of the straight plays. And usually I'm over 50% on the straight plays, which brings me to BetUS. BetUS will give you a 225% sign-up bonus when you click my link on your first 3 deposits up to $1,000. That's free cash you can build your bankroll with. $500, they're going to give you over $1,000 in your account if you use my code, if you click the link. So if you use any of my links, you automatically will also get a free month of my VIP. So sign up for BetUS, get your free money, and then come and get a free month of my VIP. All you have to do is go into my Discord, open up a ticket, send a screenshot of the amount or that you deposit money into either any one of those sports books, but especially BetUS, and then I will give you a month free of my VIP. You'll get those plays delivered directly to you from straight to your phone through SMS, or I drop those plays in my VIP section inside my Discord. So check out my Discord. I'm dropping free picks daily. Go join. It's free. AI Betting Blueprint. Come sweat the games with us. Lots of people are hitting tickets. I started Discord about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. Got about 50 to 75 people in there. So go check out the Discord. And please, if you haven't, like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me bring you content and so forth. Which brings me to this. I was thinking of doing a 3 to 5 minutes on home runs plays each day. If you want me to drop home run props, let me know in the comments section of this video. Just put home run props, and I'll start dropping some home run props from my model every day to get those projections. Home runs are high variable plays, but I will drop them. I wouldn't put too much on them, but they're always nice to hit. So without further ado, let's get into my plays. So the first play is going to be Max Fried under 6.5 strikeouts. Now, Max Fried has hit this mark 4 out of 5 times, which is 80% hit rate, and he's averaging 5.4 Ks in those 5 games. In his last 10 games, he's hit this mark 60% of the time. With a few games, he's sprinkled in 7 and so forth. So if you look down here, he sprinkled in some 7-ins right here against the White Sox, against Tampa Bay. Those teams strike out a lot more than the Angels. And plus, the Angels' bats are hot right now. Not only the Angels' bats hot, they've been hot all season against the Yankees. His cutter and his slider, his most thrown pitch, the Angels handles those pitches very well. So I like the under 6.5 strikeouts for Max Fried. And if you look, it's not a big sample size. He's hit this mark 100% of the time in 2026. So under that. So I really like this play under 6.5 Max Fried. My next play is going to be Jack Leiter over 5.5 strikeouts. Now he's hit this mark 3 out of his last 5 times and 6 out of his last 10 times, which is a 60% hit rate, which bodes well for us on this prop. 60% is always the baseline for me to add my props for the day, and he's averaged in those games around 6.9 strikeouts. So he's primed and ready to give us 6 Ks or more in this outing. The A's Athletic A's strike out 29.8% of the time versus right-hand batters. That's third in the league. So he's getting 10 to 15% boost or opportunities by facing the A's. So if he's normally averaging 5 Ks, we could bump that up to him probably averaging 6 to 7 Ks just because they strike out so much. So this is a very good prop because they haven't priced this in. I guarantee you by the end of the day or early morning, this will be at 6. So get this in as soon as you can at 5.5. As you can tell, he's hit it like I said, 3 out of his last 5 times, 6 out of his last 10 times. Head to head, he's hit this mark twice and he averaged 7 strikeouts. And the line is only 5.5. So, and the batters in this lineup all strike out pretty well. They got a bunch of batters that strike out like Wynn 37% of the time, Muncy 35% of the time, Langers 27% of the time, Sorstrom 24% of the time. Even though they have power, they strike out, and those are way above league averages. So this should be an easy chance or lineup for the chance opportunity for him to get over 6.5 strikeouts. So Jack Leiter over 6.5 or 5.5 strikeouts for the game, which brings me to better. I'm taking all these bets that you're seeing me talk about today on better. Spend $10, get 2 anytime tokens up to $100 each if you use code Lakers32. And what that basically means is you get $200 plays over. So you put it in, they'll give you a $100 token, which is like another $100 play. So make sure if you go to better, that's where I'm placing these bets for Thursday. Use code Lakers. So that way you can get the same odds, get that free money. So that way you have some extra money to play with. Next will be, my next pick is going to be my favorite, Jonathan Aranda. This brother right here, Jonathan Aranda, has been on fire. He's batting at the top of the lineup, and he's been racking up hits all season so far. 4 out of his 5 and 8 out of his 10, which is an 80% rate. He's hit this mark. 1.5 hits, home runs, and RBIs. Head to head, he's hit this mark 3 out of 5 times, which is a 60% hit rate. Aranda is a hitting machine, and he's batting with a 156 WRC plus against all right-handed pitching, and he has a 361 WOBA. So lock this in all day with those statistics. I love this play. Jonathan Aranda's been coming through for me all season so far. If you look right here, I just went over, he's averaging 1.8 hits per his last 5 games, and in his last 10 games, he's averaging 2.3 hits, runs, and RBIs. So he can clearly clear this mark easily, and against the White Sox, he's done it 2 times already. So Jonathan Aranda over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Lock that in. And my last play is going to be CJ Abrams just to get a hit. Now, he is on the road, and he's averaging 4 at-bats per game, so he's getting the opportunity. Plus, he's batting over 350 this season. Last 5 games, he's hit this rate 100% of the time, and his last 10 games, he's hit it 90% of the time. The numbers speak for themselves. He's fast, so he can beat out a ground ball for a hit. Head-to-head, he's hit this mark 4 out of 5 times, which is a 67% clip. So CJ Abrams locked this in for 1 hit. I mean, as you can see, 2026, he's hitting this mark 88% of the time, 15 out of 17 games. He's gotten a hit. He's gotten a hit head-to-head 4 out of 6 times. And in his last 10 games, he's hit this mark 90% of the times. So I feel really good with this, him just getting 1 hit today to lock us in for the 4-0 sweep. We go 4-0 sweep. I'll make sure I drop a bonus play in here for you tomorrow. So here's a recap. We got Max Fried under 6.5 strikeouts. We got Jack Leiter over 5.5 strikeouts. And then we got Jonathan Aranda over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And then we got CJ Abrams over 1 hit. Those are my 4 picks. Lock and load. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. If you want my free picks, go to Winnable. Click the link in my bio. Go check out my stand store. All my codes are there. We appreciate you coming in, checking in with the channel. AI Betting Blueprint, Mr. Total. Peace.